Alright, here we go. Forget Doom the Dark Ages, this is the real prequel right here. I think this is the medium. Oh yeah. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right channel. Oh my god, the mouse sensitivity. Oh god. Hold on. Mouse. Did it not save? Did, but oh god, okay. There we go. That's good. Whew. Okay, so this game is very loud by default. I tried to, I turned down the settings here. Let me show you real quick. Look at this. This is 11%, 28% right now. We'll have to see if that's good. It sounds good to me, but we'll see what the balance is like. What's my map button? There we go. Meow, meow, meow. Okay. Oh, the nostalgia. I think this is the first-person shooter I ever played. Although there are some older than this. But not many. Oh yeah, look at that texture. Some of these sound effects are a little too low. Here, what if we do this? Let's try that. This game always had a little bit of automatic aim correction, so I never really bothered with the crosshair. I don't even think it was even an option in the original game. Especially because you can't look up and down, so you have to rely on the automatic aim correction up and down. Anyway. Get out of here, imp. Boop, 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 boop. I love the fact that in Doom the Dark Ages, when they take off his helmet, they made him look just like the little guy at the bottom of the screen there. Different hair color, but the face and the hairstyle are about right. Yes, okay, you're very loud. This font feels a little weird. This is not the original font, but the original font would be a little bit hard to read now on today's monitors, so... Oh, they put a sneaky boy. That's an elevator. I don't want to go up right now. Okay. Ooh, hold on. It's armor pick up there, but I don't need it. Because I'm awesome. So what do we got up here? When do I get my shoddy? Not to be confused with my shody, which I am also looking forward to. Maybe someday. Ah, that squelching noise. So good. So gory. What's that open? I don't know what that opened. Oh. Oh. Did it open this? Because I don't remember this being here before. Fun fact, this game originally came out before WASD was even a thing. So I had to just kind of come up with my own thing. If I remember correctly, I believe it used the arrow keys by default, which I did not care for. So I changed it. And now I use a weird system. Well, I use the same system now that I did back then, but it's very weird. To all the WASD kids. So I use right mouse button to move forward, because this game didn't have a function for right mouse button anyway. Or maybe it was the use. Oh no, I think that was space by default. So yeah, I use space for interact, right mouse button to move forward, greater than and less than to move left and right, and M to move backwards because it's right next to those. Oh dear. It's dark in here. A lot of ammo though, wow. You giving me so many bullets you'd think I was about to get a chain gun or something. I think I get the shotgun before that happens. Well, if there's anything important in there, I missed it. Alright, red door. Oh, right, okay. I think I came from this way, didn't I? Nope. I did not. Well, fresh enemies to kill means I'm going the right way. Or at least I'm going somewhere I haven't been before. Cause an enemy to kill another enemy. Well, not on purpose, but I'll take the result. Crush a corpse in a door. Okay. It's not exactly a door, but the game programming probably considers it to be one. There's not really a difference in the coding between an elevator and a door in this game. Yeah. I saw that guy disappear at the exit there. There's a sneaky boy down there. And I'm not falling into this trap. Instead, you fall into mine. Sucker. Missed some kills in the secrets. Doo-doo, doo-doo. When it says 0% secrets, you don't know how many secrets there were. Was there 1? Was there 2? Was there 78? I don't know. Splorch. Aha! There's my shotty. Nope, can't go in there. Alright. I could jump down there, but that'd be terrible for my health, and I don't think I'd be able to get back out either. That's not. Yeah, shoddy time. I'm not usually a big shotgun person in games, but it's so effective in this game, and so ammo efficient. And it's slower paced than a lot of modern shooters, so you can give it time, you know? Oops. Get down here. Yeah, if there's any problem with the audio balance in this game, between the game balance, game sound and me, somebody please let me know. It sounds like it should be good as far as I can tell. Shooting gallery. That man just killed the other man. Twofer. Three multi-kills with the shotgun. Well, that's just inevitable, isn't it? Whoa. Ah. I got sneaked. Shotguns are an excellent backstab weapon. Most people don't know that. Alright, before I continue, I need to swap out this water. That previous water bottle tastes like it's been sitting around a little too long. It is no fresh, no more. Hope nobody has seizure problems with flashing lights. There's a few of those in this game sometimes, as you may have noticed already. I don't remember how to get you. That supercharges health, if I get it. I don't know why some of these demons make little piggy sounds. What is that sound? Is that a pinky? Is that my first pinky? It's Pinky! You're very dangerous. And you also make piggy sounds. But differently from the ones we're hearing right now. Who are the imps? A lot of piggy demons. Oh well, I don't need it. Would have been nice though. Oop. That shotgun noise is very nice. Very good chick-chack, you know? That sounds a bit different. than it used to. Still no secrets. We sort of saw one. That blue orb was a secret, but I don't remember how to get to it. Oh! I hit him with so much recoil, he fell forward towards me somehow. That's not what recoil means. I used the wrong word. You know what I mean. Aha. You killed your friend. Sucker. Ooh, blue armor. That's like the blue orb, except for armor. I want to go this way first. What's over? Yeah. Not much. Okay. Meow. Oh, that's a hazmat suit. That lets me walk through poison floor. Someone got liquefied. Oh, hello, my friend. My reason to never use the pistol ever again. I mean, I guess the pistol's more accurate, but who needs that? Who cares about accuracy? Historical or otherwise. Oh, the rockets are watching me. Okay, we stick with the shotgun mostly, depending on circumstances. If we get really swarmed, that's when it's chain gun time. Or if we're low on shotgun shells, but high on bullets. Don't snort bullets, by the way. You don't want to be high on bullets. Now I'm imagining some sort of Rambo-style character who opens up some of his spare bullets to snort the gunpowder like it's cocaine. Don't recommend doing that. Then again, I don't recommend doing cocaine either. So, you know. Ah! He nibbled my bum. Rude. Fireballing me just because I'm pointing a shotgun at you. How dare you? Demons have no manners these days. What did that button do? So many times. Oh, I probably activated the stairs here. Okay. Still no secrets. I don't remember where the secrets are. Is the problem. Oh, it's a stealth pinky. Yeah. Don't have a good shot at him. Oh. Squishy. Yeah. This looks very suspicious. But didn't see a sneaker that I could activate. Eat it. Okay. I don't remember the candelabras being here before. But maybe they were. It's been a long time. Okay, can I get into that door down there now? You can get in here. Oh, hi! Whoa. Woo. That was a hell of a monster closet. I'm glad you guys are too stupid to have flanked me effectively. Damn. Oh. Hell of an ambush. I don't trust this barrel. I don't want to stand next to this barrel, so I'm going to blow it up before I come over here. See? Ooh, blue armor. How do I get you? Oh, I think I know how to get that armor. I just have to be careful I don't get squished against the roof. Ha! Oh, there's holes. Okay. I guess it would have to be because the monster closeted me. Oh, hello! Secrets. I don't remember how long the radiation suit lasts, or what my indication is that it's working. It is working, so I didn't get hurt, but how am I meant to know that on the HUD? Maybe it just works for the rest of the level? Place is very blue. Dabba dee dabba da. Love how if you get close enough and aim it perfectly dead center, you can one-shot the imps. Like that. Whereas it takes like 8 or 9 bullets or something. Hey, dum-dum. Calm it down. What did that do? Ah! God, those guys are so hard to see in the darky spots. Darkety darkness. I wonder if this kind of flashing light is a potential epilepsy problem for people, or if it's slow enough to not matter. Ah, squishy. Such a meaty squelch. Which is the name I used to dance under. Hold on, I need to message somebody real quick. Okay. A little attention for everybody. I've disarmed the room. I thought I saw a guy with a shotgun somewhere. Where'd he wander off to? I don't know. A little piece of trivia though, the way they set up the levels in this game, you notice there's a new chain gun pickup here, even though I've already got one. These levels are set up so that technically, so what happens in this game is if you die and you don't reload a save, you can just start over from the beginning of the current level, but you'll start over with just the pistol and nothing else. Hey Larson. So therefore, they give you new copies of weapons. So you could do a playthrough of this game where anytime you die, you just accept it and rebuild up your stock of weapons over again, no matter what level you're on. And you can get through the game like that. I have done that. Not recently, but I've done it. It is doable. Hey Larson, have you seen the new Doom game that just came out? Look at these graphics. We missed you for most of the post-apocalyptic biking game. But as you can see, we're finished with that now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they really nailed the retro aesthetic in this one, didn't they? They really made it feel like it came out in 1995. Which it did. Let's see. Okay, nothing else going on in here. I guess this was just a goodies room overall, plus there was the key. So I've got a red key now. Oh, there's a red door. Okay, before I go to the red doors, though, let's check this. I see you there, Pinky. Got that thump as he hits the floor. Must have been playing during unwholesome hours? Well, around this time. We played the last stream of Leica. Started around this time of day. On Tuesday. It was the day we finished it. You know, it was towards the end of the stream that we finished it. Or, I should say, towards the end of the time it would normally end a stream anyway. How's the audio balance, by the way, Larson? Am I too loud? Is the game too loud? Are we roughly on par? Aside from occasional sound effects. Oh, yeah. Original Doom was famous for its monster closets. In fact, I think this is the game that coined the term. Not necessarily the first game to ever do it, but the first game that caused people to start using the term. Bwah. Audio's about even? Sweet. We need to teach low energy video how to do this. He's always struggling with audio balance. The poor guy. I think he's got headphones that are hard to deal with for him because they're extra loud to him, to his ears. You never got very far into Doom? Oh, I played the heck out of this in the 90s. You only ever played it on GBA? Oh, gross. My condolences. I guess if that's all you got, though. Not that I've got anything against GBA, it just doesn't feel like a good platform for a first-person shooter. Okay, well, I've got my radiation suit, so... Did it wear off already? I guess it did. Okay, I guess it is temporary, then. Wish I knew how long it lasted. I don't remember what this does. Okay, that's invisibility, and what's this? Night vision. I am Predator! Why does this have blue keycard markings? Wap wap wap. One thing I've been curious about in this game, actually, while I was doing my settings before I started the stream, one of the audio setting options was to have it play remixed versions of the songs, or the original. Obviously I chose the original. I wonder what the remixes sound like. Turned with the shoulder buttons? Oh, that's brutal. Out of curiosity. By the way, the typeface. I'm using this type font, which is not the original one. This is what it looked like originally. A bit unreadable on today's monitors. Okay. Let's listen to the remix. Ooh. Pretty good. That's pretty good. But I want to stick with the original. Because nostalgia for me. And this way you guys can listen to what the original sounded like. The font brings back memories of Commander Keen. Well, that's just fitting. Considering that apparently the canon is that they're the same story universe. I don't know if that's actually canon or if that's more of a fanon. But I think it might have been confirmed at some point. It's been suggested that Doom, Commander Keen, and Wolfenstein are all the same universe at different periods of time. So I think like BJ Blazkowicz is supposed to be like Commander Keen's father or grandfather. And then Commander Keen is Doom Guy's grandfather or something. I don't know what id Software has to say about that, but you know. Alright, one part of the problem with... Oh, here we go. Follow mode off. Okay. How do I turn follow? Okay. Now both Doom and Wolfenstein got gritty modern reboots. Okay, well, let's be honest. Doom was always gritty. Like, sure, this is a bit colorful right now, but it's still gritty. Where do I get the yellow key card? Oh god. Where's this person taking shots from? Although I will say that even though Doom the Dark Ages is not really the Dark Ages, they still have spaceships and laser guns and stuff. And power armor. That game was fantastic. Do I reckon Commander Keen will get a gritty modern reboot too? God, I hope so. I really hope so. I didn't play the original much, but man. A gritty modern remake of Commander Keen? Hell yeah. I'm in. Okay, there's a room I missed over there somewhere. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about getting spooked by the original Doom now and then. This game's got jump scares. It's got some legitimately scary ambushes in it. How do I get into that room over there? Like there's something on the other side of this. Maybe... Ah. Ooh, backpack. That just gives me a lot. Oh my god, rocket launcher. They give me the rocket launcher right in front of a very small room. Trying to troll me into killing myself with rockets. Also, these guys are scary as hell. Before you learn how to properly see them and predict their movements. Okay, we got our yellow key card now. It was behind a sneaker wall. Oh, hi. Have a rocket. That was a waste, but it was fun. I got a lot of rockets anyways, it's alright. Okay. Yellow door up here. After we finish this, by the way, I have a suggested horror/puzzle game I'm going to check out called Necrophysis. I had never heard of it before, but there was a demo for it, and it was kind of neat. It's really... I don't know how a horror game it is, actually. It's a bit puzzly walking simulator with just weird, creepy setting. This isn't where I needed to be. Necrophysis? Well, the way it's spelled, you could say necrophosis, but I do believe necrophysis is the correct pronunciation. Okay, so through here and left. Oh, my maximum ammos went up. Is that because of the backpacks? Is that gonna last? Hold on. There's stuff over here. Through here. Okay, that doesn't open by itself. I call this sound effect darksidefill.wave. Okay. That's enough of that. I wonder how that opens. H.R. Giger-inspired first-person adventure game is becoming a genre. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, well. Okay. That opened it. Alright, there we go. I wasn't sure if that was going to be the end of level switch. But you know what? This particular HR-inspired first-person adventure game is better than Scorn, so... which is very unfortunate. I was really looking forward to Scorn. But then it came out and it kind of just half-assed everything. It had some great ideas. But... didn't really implement well overall. Not enough variety in level design or textures. Whoa. Actually, that was the main problem. Although there was some combat later in the game and it was bad. Like, really unwieldy. Which sometimes a game like that will do on purpose. As part of the... we're a horror game, but we have combat, but we still want you to be scared even in combat, so we'll make the combat clunky and unwieldy, so that it's still dangerous. which I think is a bit annoying. Oh god. There's at least 3 of these guys. Shouldn't really be backing myself into a corner like this, but I needed them to be funneled towards me. Better for shooting thems. %50 sneak rates. Lust from Beyond and Agony, yeah. Although, I wouldn't say... I don't think Lust from Beyond was H.R. Geiger-ish. Agony, maybe? A little bit? Still not really fully. But maybe somewhat. Scorn definitely. Scorn was extremely Geiger. I think they lean too heavily on it, though. Like 80% of the game just had the same wall textures everywhere. And let's be honest, with H.R. Geiger, textures are extra textured, if you know what I'm saying. Hey, rude. That's a yellow key card. I can't do that yet. Oh, look, I've clearly been here. My trail of red breadcrumbs. Blood crumbs? Sure, blood crumbs. That should be just a gaming term. Figuring out whether you've been somewhere or not by whether or not there's corpses of enemies there already. We'll call that blood crumbs. If your identity is being based on someone else's style, you're not going to get far. To some degree, I agree with that. But they could still have at least come up with a few more different textured textures, you know what I mean? Like, for example, actually, it's good that you brought up Darkest Dungeon, because here is a is inspired by Mike Mignola, but brings its own style to the table as well. And then I can take that one step further. Exactly what you just said, but there's a game called Circus Electrique, which is Darkest Dungeon gameplay, but in a where you're playing as members of a circus, but it's like steampunk circus versus, like, I forget what the enemies were. I think the enemies were like police robots that went on the fritz or something. But yeah, it was sort of European steampunk circus battling. It was interesting, but it was Darkest Dungeon gameplay. But the aesthetic was completely changed. So that's a good example of being inspired by somebody else, but making it your own thing as well. And Scorn didn't really do that. Oh, I think there's guys up there. I wish I could look upwards, but I can't. And the main reason I can't look up... Well, they never programmed it in, but the reason they never programmed it in is because... Here's a little inside baseball for you on the original Doom. There's no such thing as up in this game. It looks like we have height elevations But it's actually an illusion. Because you see how the map, it looks like a flat image, right? And you could notice by watching the gameplay for a while, there's never any such thing as like a walkway going over top of something else. Like there's never any over and under. There's elevators and stairs, but you'll never pass over top of or underneath of another place. Because over top and underneath don't exist. Which is why you can't walk off a ledge if there's an enemy in front of you, even if the ledge looks like it's like 20 feet in the air. Because it's technically not. All verticality in this game is an illusion. As far as the game code is concerned, this is a 2D map. I think the first time we had a first-person shooter where you could look up and down was maybe Duke Nukem 3D, or somewhere around that area. Oh no, it was Hexen, I think. I think it was Hexen, which I'm gonna play at some future date as well. Those tricks really elevated? Hey! You're not wrong. Also, magnificent pun. And I think the first time I really realized that the verticality was a trick was when I was standing at the top of a ledge, and there was one of those pinky bull demon things, these guys, at the bottom of the ledge. And even though I was about 20 feet above him, quote unquote, he was still nibbling me. His melee attacks were still hitting me from 20 feet down. But technically, as far as the map goes, he was right in front of me. So that was a bit telling. And for anyone curious, the reason why we're fighting other humans in this as well is because they're possessed. If you get up close, they've got red eyes. Ah! I accidentally a sneaker it. Whew. So Larson, have you ever seen the other games that came out shortly after this of Heretic and Hexen? Do you know those games? They were made by the same company. Heretic was essentially Doom. In fact, I think it used the Doom engine. But it was, fantasy genre. It was, you were a wizard with a wand, or like a variety of different types of wands and staves as your guns. One of the most notable examples is they had a weapon called the Phoenix Staff that shot fireballs. And that was essentially that game's rocket launcher. Where is the red door? Up there, okay. And then Hexen came out after Heretic, and it was a bit of an RPG, not really, but it had three different classes you could pick from, which Heretic didn't have, and they each had their own different weapon styles. I don't think there were any level ups or anything, but it definitely changed the combat style. I never even saw that keycard there earlier. Ugh, alright. Whoop. Who's meowing at me? Oh, Larson, you'll be amused by this. I don't know if you've ever played or watched Borderlands games, but the new Borderlands game came out, and there is a separate volume slider in that game, specifically for the character Claptrap's volume. Which I think is pretty funny. And if you go into your menu and you start lowering his volume down, you'll hear him start complaining that you're trying to silence him. It's good. It's funny. It's especially funny to me because I always actually enjoy Claptrap, but I know a lot of people hate him. So it's funny that you can turn him off, or at least his acting volume. I don't want to stand next to that barrel when there's guys with shotguns around. That's just a silly little quirk I have. The comedy got a bit obnoxious. See, it's funny you say that, considering that you say that you only played the first and second games, because that's when the comedy was good. Borderlands 3. Oh, lordy. That's when it got really obnoxious. Like, oh. Well, the person who did the lead writing for Borderlands 2 had left the company. So they wrote 3 without him. And I don't know who the new person in charge was, but it was bad. Most of the new characters were just bland as hell. And like, they just got so tropey with it, like, I guess they kind of were before to some degree, but they did at least a better job of it. Like, there's a character in Borderlands 3 who's like the leader of a rebellion faction, and her entire personality is she really, really, really loves coffee. That's it. That's her whole personality. She's cranky, she doesn't have her coffee. She sends you on a quest to get her some coffee. There's nothing else to her. That's it. And I mean, I like coffee, I get it. But damn. Have something else going on in your life. Ah. Oh dear. You're new. Wait a minute, I forgot I had the rockets. I love how you can really hear them leaving the tube. They don't seem super dangerous like this, but those green fireballs do a ton of damage if you fail dodge. Oh, it's a big 5-pointed star. Because people don't understand pentagrams. Yeah, no, trust me, Larson, you should be glad you missed. Oh. Well, that was mean. Once you beat the big badasses and clean out the moon base, you're supposed to win, aren't you? Where's the fat reward and ticket home? The hell is this? Yes, literally the hell. Looks like the lost demo space. Looks like you're stuck on the shores of hell. Only way out is through. Okay. New game. The shores of hell. Well, there goes all our stuff. I did get got, but it was a scripted getting got. So gritty. Oh. Oh, and if you run out of ammo, Kwa-cha, bah, 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 bah. Look at that arm hair. Bah. This does crap damage, and it is awful to have to rely on it. But it exists. But yeah, no, if you didn't like the comedy in Borderlands 2, you would have hated 3. Although I have to say, once they came out with some extra characters in 2, I really enjoyed playing as Creek the Psycho. He had a skill tree that involved... He got bonuses to setting enemies on fire, but he also got bonuses when he was on fire. So, you had a character build that involved you wanting to be on fire as often as possible. It was actually pretty effective and pretty fun once you got a few levels under your belt. When you got some progress into that skill tree. Because you did more damage when you were on fire. You got to the point where you started taking less damage from being on fire, including from other attacks. You started recovering health when other people were on fire. The man likes his fire, is what I'm saying. See, we're doing one of these confusing levels, are we? Oh, I'm not allowed to go back there, huh? I guess we're gonna have to go back this way. See if anything has changed. Oh. Sneaky. How did I feel about the movie? I didn't bother seeing it. The trailer looked terrible. Whoever wrote that movie has clearly never played the games. They don't understand what they're doing. None of the characters' personalities were right. Like, I love the idea of having Tiny Tina be in the movie, but that actress was not behaving anything like Tiny Tina behaves, and that's not necessarily the actress's fault. Although I don't know if she's a good actress or not. I don't know anything about her. But the way the script was written was not right for any of the characters, honestly. You're a loud one. This is my favorite gun. Although I'm low on ammo for it, so I'm not going to use it right now. I love that gun, though. I forget what 7 is. Is that the BFG? That has to be the BFG, I guess. I don't know. The visuals of the movie looked like fun, but man, they just didn't get it. To remember the cast. I don't remember the full cast. I know Patricia Tannis, Tiny Tina, Claptrap, and Roland were in it, and I think Lilith. I don't remember if there's anybody else. There should have been a Mordecai and a Brick. But I don't think they got those guys in there. I don't remember them being in the ad, at least. Well, this was played by Kate Blanchett. Yeah, that was a weird choice. Oh, that could have worked. But again, wasn't written properly. She kind of looked the part, but I don't think she really properly behaved the part. But again, that could have been because of the writing. Also, Tiny Tina was a weird choice because while Tiny Tina does have a background story of hanging out with Roland, she wasn't actually in the first game. So I think her history with Roland is supposed to come after the first game, but the movie was supposed to be the first game. Or an approximation of it, at least, anyway. Don't get me wrong, though. I don't care if the game goes a little off script, or a movie about a game goes a bit off script and changes some details about the story. Because that's inevitable. It's going to happen. Honestly, I don't want it to be 100% one-to-one story-wise. I want them to do their own thing. But I at least want the characters' personalities to fit. And they didn't. And that was the problem. Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis was a very weird choice. She had the body type for it, but again, as you just said, would have worked 30 years ago. Patricia Tannis is supposed to have black hair and be in her 30s. Although again, if they wanted her to be older, that's fine. But I didn't see any evidence of her weird manic craziness. At least not in the... Not in the trailer, anyway. As long as you don't go full Paul W. Anderson. I don't remember who that is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember why. You did Resident Evil and Monster Hunter? Oh, yeah. Gotcha. I didn't bother watching Monster Hunter. Not after I saw a poster for it with an assault rifle. Didn't they make that into an isekai? That's a choice. Not that I'm super worried about Monster Hunter purism or anything, but putting modern weapons into it is a bit silly. Why the isekai plot? Not that there's anything inherently wrong with an isekai plot, but why one with Monster Hunter? I mean, I'm not super excited about isekai plots in general anyway, but... It's about U.S. Marines and isekai. Wait, there's more than one? I thought it was just the one. Like, having a full squad of modern weaponry against these monsters would be kind of amusing, actually. I'm almost more on board now. Yeah, I don't know. I would have been down for an alternate retelling of Borderlands, but man, if Tiny Tina's not batshit insane, then what's the point? And Tannis. They're both crazy, but in slightly different ways. Well, okay, very different ways, but still. God, that gun is loud. Very strong, though. God, there's been so few video game movies that have ever turned out even halfway decent. And I guess while we're on that topic and playing this game, did you ever see the Doom movie with The Rock? Because I didn't. I think it was The Rock, wasn't it? I've heard that was real bad. The FPS sequence was kind of dumb fun. That sounds like something they would have had to have thrown in there just because. Obvious reason, you know? What is with these? Why is this a thing? What is the purpose of you? That's weird. Yeah. Oh no. How do I get you? Oh wait. The ceiling's a hint. Okay. Follow the ceiling lights. There we go. Okay, got a yellow key card now. Where did I use that again? Where yellow door at? I know I've seen one. Or have I? I've seen blue. Okay, hold on. Alright, let's search this way then. How about you, Larson? Can you name a video game movie you've seen that was actually good? I mean, I enjoyed the Street Fighter movie, but it wasn't good. But it was fun. Especially when you start getting, I saw a really good Warhammer 40k meme based on that movie. You know the infamous thing where M. Bison's like, for me, it was Tuesday. Somebody did a meme with that with 40k where it was M. Bison, but he's wearing he had an Imperium symbol on his hat instead of his regular eagle. And it said something like, you may not remember the day the Imperium conquered your world, but for us, it was Tuesday. Very apt. Sneaker it. Okay, this way. Oh great. Ha! Get squished. Aha. Ooh. I see a sneaker. I love the way the face at the bottom grins when you get this. Now this is fun because there's no ammo for this, and you can lock enemies down with it. It sounds a little annoying though. But yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. Another good one is when someone asks him, then what? Take over the world? Of course! Oh man. R.I.P. Raul Julia. I love that man. Also, I've said it before, but shout out seriously to Raul Julia. I had a chance at one point to go back and I saw some clips from the original Addams Family, the TV show, in black and white. And it is uncanny. I thought Raul Julia was in the original for a minute, but then I looked it up and found out it was a different actor. Raul Julia emulates the original Gomez so perfectly that I thought it was him. I had to check IMDb. I was so convinced it was him. He even does that little smirky grin that he does, like it was always like. I don't do it as well. Raul Julia does it perfectly, like the original guy did. I don't remember the original actor's name, but oh my god, Raul Julia was incredible. Such Gomez. Okay, got a red key card now. Where I a red card at? Oh, there it is, way down there. Okay. Carl Urban had just unlocked healing factor? What? appealing factor in Doom. And Carl Urban. I wonder what that era of Carl Urban is like. The only Carl Urban performances I know are as Bones in the Star Trek reboot, and of course, The Boys, which in my opinion is peak Carl Urban. Billy Butcher. God, just seeing the difference between Billy Butcher in the comic version of The Boys and in the TV show version of The Boys. Such a massive difference, but I really like the TV version. He also played Dredd? I don't know. The only Judge Dredd movie I ever saw was the Stallone one. I know there's been at least 2 since then, but I haven't seen those. I don't like this. Can they shoot me through those bars? Yes, they can. No, sir, I don't like it. I would like to just kill them off now, but I don't have a lot of shotgun shells. Yeah, I don't want to spend the ammo on them right now. Yeah. Sometimes the invisibility messes me up. Because I reflexively dodge the attack even though it's going to miss me, and that makes it not miss me. Berserk. Get punched. That's enough of that. I like how the enemies are programmed so that if one of them shoots another one by accident, they'll turn on each other. They're like, "Hey asshole, who are you shooting? Watch where you're pointing that thing." And fight amongst themselves. It's great. So yeah, the Berserk makes your punches do a huge amount of damage, but they don't stop you from taking damage. As you saw. Oh. What the hell? Alright, I've got more ammo now. You guys are toast. I love that creepy noise they make when they die. Just like... Nice, okay. Eomer in the Loader movies? I don't remember who Eomer is. That sounds like an elf name, though. But I don't remember that guy. Have you watched The Boys, Larson? I almost didn't watch the series. I watched the first episode last year. And after the first episode, I was just like, man, this show is just unrelentingly negative. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. But then I decided to watch one more episode. And honestly, unrelentingly negative never stopped being a thing. But at least the second episode introduced enough elements that were interesting for me to be like, alright, I want to see where this goes. Hell, that show is pretty much worth watching just for Karl Urban. I'm telling you, it is. It is peak Karl Urban. That show. Aha. That just goes somewhere I've already been. That's not helpful. Or does it just look like somewhere I've been? No, I've been. Okay. This is new, though. Although, if you want to have more actual superheroics in your superhero shows, Invincible was much better for actual superheroes. Hold on, can I get this guy with the chainsaw? There we go. Yeah, no, Karl Urban is just... He's got this incredible shit-eating grin, and I love it. He's so good at it. Just his little... Huh. Okay, there's a blue door. Meow. Over here. Yeah, what the hell, I've got full bullets. This doesn't have to be the shotgun game all the time. Just most of the time. Where'd the pinky go? Pretty sure there's another pinky didn't finish off. There you are. Hey. Took a bunch of damage, but came out with super health. Worth it. %50 sneakrets. Not bad. What the hell is this music? I don't remember it sounding like this. I mean, it probably did, I just don't remember it. I think we lost Larson. Get punched. There we go. Oh, you're here. Okay. My viewer count is just lying to me then, as usual. I didn't just say that because you were quiet, but also just because it says viewers 1. When it says viewers 1, that means nobody's here because I'm counted as a viewer because I have the stream open. Okay, now it's gone back to 2. Twitch, why are you like this? Why is this hallway so aggressively blue? Da-ba-dee, da-ba-da. Oh, eyeball candles. That eyeball sigil graphic is so 90s. That is 1990s video games right there. Oh. Sorry for the loudness. Oh. Actually, before that link you gave me goes away, I need to copy that. Save it for later. You know what? Let's put that in links in my Discord here. There we go. You want to put that on your MySpace page? What, the floating eyeball sigil graphic? That is very MySpace, isn't it? What was that? What happened? I heard something move in the room. Oh. Some people got squished. Okay. Speaking of things lost to time, did you hear that LimeWire purchased the rights to the Fire Festival? What the hell is a Fire Festival? What you talk about? Alright, going into the Blue Realm. A disaster? Well, okay. Also, why can the Fire Festival not spell the word fire correctly? Are they being cool and edgy, or... Oh, you know what? Perfect time for this. Haha! Haha! Efficiency at its best. Well, the blue door's in the blue realm, that makes sense. There's at least 2 documentaries about how much of a failure it was. It makes DashCon look like PAX. I'm not sure what that means. What is DashCon? And are you saying that DashCon is bad, or are you saying that PAX is bad? Or are you saying that PAX is good and therefore it's taking something bad and making it look good? Because it was even worse. Hello, random face hallway. I don't know why there's just faces all over that hallway, but I'm not jumping in there to find out. I haven't heard about DashCon? Nope. Never heard of it. Why do you have a cloaca? Nasty. The failed Tumblr con? Where the only actual attraction was a ball pit someone peed in? What the hell is a Tumblr con? What does that mean? A dating app convention? Is this supposed to be like a dating meetup? But it didn't go well, I guess? Like, I've heard of Tumblr as being a dating app. Which is why I'm confused why it has a convention. Okay, I haven't been into this blue door. No, that's Tinder and Grindr. See, I was confusing it with Tinder. So what is Tumblr then? I know it's a website, but what does it do? What's its thing? It's a blog social media site? Oh, okay. Still not sure why they would have a convention. That'd be like a Facebook convention or a Twitter convention. Like, what would that even be? Maybe that's why it was a failure. Hey, you squished that shotgun. Jerk. Now we've gone from aggressively blue to aggressively red. Even more aggressively, in fact. I should at least grab that clip, quote-unquote, before we learned to call things mags. Whoa. Get back here with your cloaca. The chainsaw is great against one of those things, but there was two of them around, so... God, I wish I had some grenades right now. This game doesn't have any. In particular, it was the cauldron of some of the biggest online fandoms of the early 10s. Doctor Who, Supernatural, and Sherlock in particular. Oh, we're talking about the BBC Sherlock? Because that was incredible. Actually, now that I've been reading through the actual Arthur Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes books, the originals, I want to rewatch the BBC Sherlock series, but it's region locked and I can't get at it. I really do like Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock, though, and what's his face as Watson. I forget the actor's name. The guy that played Bilbo in the Hobbit movies. He's a very good Watson. I don't know what that switch did. Brindlebiff Krondel Flaff. Benedict Pumpkin Patch. He did a great Doctor Strange as well, actually. Although I'm not sure how accurate he was personality-wise to the original. Because let me put it this way, Larson, have you ever seen the Midnight's Marvel Suns game? The one that's like half XCOM, half card game? Excellent game, by the way. Their portrayal of Doctor Strange in that game, I feel like, is probably very accurate to the original. I never read his comics, but I think that version of him fits the comics. He's very different from Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. And probably more accurate to the original guy. Really good. The acting in that game is incredible. I would recommend at least watching... See if you can find a YouTube series that is... Well, you can watch the whole game all the way through if you want. Or maybe just find a collection of cutscenes. So you can just get, like, the condensed story of the game. Really good. Both Iron Man and Doctor Strange feel like... I think it's the comic original personalities. To a T. They also had a really good Captain America. Honestly, everybody was really good. Although I feel like their Peter Parker was a little bit over the top with the goofballing. Even though it's the same actor we're used to it being. It was Yuri Lowenthal, but the way they wrote him, he was a little too energetic, I think. Like, yeah, he's always been a cornball goof. God, that wall, though. But he was a little bit too over-energetic about it, I feel like. Whereas in his own games, he feels more authentic, I think. Wait. Yeah, it was a fun card game, though. I recommend... I enjoyed playing through it anyway. What the hell? So both of these teleporters seem to exit. And I don't know how to get the exit actually accessible. And I'm almost dead. What I supposed to do? Let me see, there's a staircase over here I haven't... Wait, what? On the outside. Wait. How do I get that to come back down? Is that what this switch here did? Yeah, okay. Card game, isn't it an XCOM-like? It's more of a card game than an XCOM-like, really, because you don't take cover. You have a battle map that you move around on, which is where the XCOM-like feeling comes from. But the actual way that you do stuff is through cards. So it's an XCOM card game hybrid. But I would say it's more card than anything else. Oh dear. Oh god, 5% health. Okay, that's a bit better. Oh god, here comes the noise! Why does the best weapon in this game have to be the most obnoxiously loud one? It is a bit peculiar, but honestly, this is the age of people experimenting with genre combinations. And in my experience, most of these weird genre combinations tend to turn out well. We had Mini-Shoot Adventures, Drop Duchy, Midnight Suns. Oh, what were some other ones? I know I've played some other genre mashups, but I can't remember what they were right now. Aside from anyone wanting to buy the name to Fire, was LimeWire being the ones to do it? Yeah, that's a bit weird. Of course, the game I was just playing last week, Laika, was a bit of a weird mashup of game ideas, and that was excellent. Should I try this again? Oh wait, I keep forgetting. I don't need to go up those middle stairs, I just need to go in here. How do I make that accessible? Or the orb, for that matter. What have I not done? There's something at the lower left there, but I don't see how to get into that. Maybe there's a sneaker down there I need to look into. While DashCon was a hilariously embarrassing failure, Fire Festival almost claimed lives. Oh god. Please don't tell me that it involved actual fire. I hope the name didn't get too ironic. Also, what was what in particular was such an embarrassing failure about DashCon other than the obvious... Was that the Tumblr thing? Because that's a bad idea. Fire Festival almost became a Lord of the Flies reenactment? Oh god. You look like you should open, but you're not interactable. Should I jump down into the faces? Well, the thing I want to access is over here. Alright, let's go for the faces. That just leads to here. That doesn't help me at all. Alright. Quick load. Alright, Alright, so this was not my solution. This looks like there's a door I haven't been through, but I think that was the beginning of the level, maybe? Oh no, that's the exit door. That's not opening. This thing here might be something. Guess I'll try that next, because I don't know what else to do. Dash Economy failed to use any of their resources correctly. Didn't get any of the celebrities or amenities they promised. It ended up being just a bunch of bored, disappointed teenagers in a ballroom that was completely empty but for the ball pit. It's pretty sad. Wait. Is this where the level started? Oh, no, that's where I need to go. Okay. Or not. Wait. Is this where the level started? And it just didn't fill in on the map for some reason? Maybe. Arson, I don't know what to do. Guess I can go look up here again, but... Oh, hey. Uh-oh. Dance! Oh, by the way, Lars, now I was poking around a little bit the other day, and I finally started playing some of the, you know how there was a relatively recent reboot of the Alone in the Dark game? Started playing that the other day. It's not bad. Not bad. The combat's kind of eh, but you know. It's one of those games where the combat's not really the focus. It's kind of just there. Okay, so that didn't want to open. There's something there, but I don't know how that opens. Oh, there's a secret room over there. Okay, let's try that next. There was? Yep, it was, one of the main characters, the male protagonist, Edward Carnby, I think his name is, was played by, I forget the actor's name, but he was the sheriff guy in, did you ever watch Stranger Things? He was the guy who played the sheriff. The big fella. And if you haven't watched it, then that doesn't mean anything to you. Okay, well, we got some ammo, but... that didn't do anything for us of substance. So I could try this thing on the lower left. This thing here in the middle intrigues me, but I don't know how to get into it. Maybe I'll try... this stuff to the upper right again. Actually, wait. I wanted to check this room for secrets. No. Well, alright, here, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna check here. No, okay. No point sacrificing all that health when there wasn't even anything there. Alright, let's grab this. I don't know what to do. I guess I should look up a guide, maybe. Or I could try the lower left. I guess I'll try the lower left while I get... before I give up completely. Let's see. Oh, no, other way around. This really annoys me. This is... that has to open somehow, right? It looks like it, but I can't find any way to actually do it. Okay. Ah, hello. Okay, so that was some goodies, but it didn't get me a solution to the level. Huh. Trying to feel like it's got to be this thing. But don't know how to get into it. Alright, save and... Alright, I'm just gonna have to look this up. E2M4. Episode 2, Mission 4. Let's see. Apparently there's a switch near the exit to get us out. Oops. Wrong side. Oh, it's him. It's hiding right there. We walked right past it, because of course we did. So how do we get to that guy then? Ah, well, whatever. I'll take what I can get. Oh. Raised by itself. Alright. It's sort of like a, hey, you're about to leave? Sucker. Alright. I like how there's a bit of force to the shotgun. Even when they shoot me with their shotgun, I get pushed back a little bit. That's a nice piece of attention to detail, I think. Funk, funk, funk. So, Larson, what have you been playing lately, then? Did you ever play the original Alone in the Dark? I think there was 3 of them. I never played 3. I really enjoyed 1 back in the day, when it was new. I don't think it would stand up to today's standards, but it was excellent by the standards of its day. Very new and unique kind of thing. But the second one was terrible. What? Why am I taking damage? I am confused. If it's a horror game, you probably haven't played it. Mostly Turtle WoW. You and your turtles. The last Alone in the Dark game you heard about was supposedly terrible horde survival shooter like Left 4 Dead? What? I never heard of an Alone in the Dark game like that. Or maybe I have. That's triggering vague memories of something. I don't know if it's the game you're talking about that I'm thinking of. But maybe it was. But the game I'm talking about came out after that. It's a single-player, actual, proper, like, narrative horror game. I'm surprised that you play ethically sourced WoW, but have never played ethically sourced City of Heroes. Stop showing me your cloaca, you pervert. This room is very sus. Yep, that's what I thought. It's so loud. You also played Warcraft 3 before that, so it's just playing to look into the franchise? Or you were just playing into the franchise? That's fair. I actually ended up doing a replay of Warcraft 3 after playing World of Warcraft for a few years. So I'd played it before WoW, of course. Because the original draw for World of Warcraft was for Warcraft 3 players. But of course, it's the other way around now, isn't it? Like, you've got people playing World of Warcraft that's the only Warcraft they've ever played. But it's interesting seeing the zones, like going into, like, for example, when the Orc campaign in Warcraft 3, where they first reach Kalimdor, and they start the Horde, and they're in the Stone Talon Mountains and stuff, and I'm like, I know these places. The names of these places mean more now. Because, you know, the first time you play Warcraft 3 and they're giving you these new names for these new areas, and they're just kind of like, okay, whatever. You're just giving a name to this new land I'm looking at as I lead my troops through it. It doesn't really mean anything to me. It's new. But now I've had all these experiences running around in it as my own individual character. Also, it looks like another Doom guy died here. Like a chump. They're giving me a berserk. This is suspicious. I don't have a blue key card yet. What do you want me to do? Game? This is where I came in from, right? Or probably teleported it in or something. I think this is where I started. What's going on with this map? And what did this thing even do? Oh, there's a side door here. Okay. I hadn't noticed that. There's a few Warcraft 3 areas you wish they'd included in WoW, like Medivh's hideout in Stone Talon. Yeah, it would have been cool to be able to walk in there. Although they do have the cave where you can, the cave where Prince Arthas found, what was his sword? What was the cursed sword called? Morning Blade or something? The cursed sword that that led him down the path to becoming the Lich King. Frostmourne, yeah. The cave where he found Frostmourne is actually in World of Warcraft. In fact, at one point you have a quest to go there. And you get like a little scene where you can watch like ghostly images of him and the dwarf in there. His dwarf friend. Which reveals to us that while we thought he died in Warcraft 3 as a sacrifice to Frostmourne, it turns out that he survived. He was stunned by the falling rock, and I think lost some memories. But he's still alive. He was already evil by the time he found Frostmourne. I would say he was starting down, becoming corrupted. But getting the sword in hand really put him over the edge. I think his darkness was actually Frostmourne calling to him. When did it start exactly? I'm trying to remember exactly where it started. Was it when they were on that continent, on Northrend, or before that? His biggest fall was the purging of Stratholme. That was after Northrend, though, wasn't it? Or was it before? I don't remember. Yeah, exit. Or not. Oh dear. Immediately before Northrend, okay. I think it was supposed to be a, him becoming dissatisfied with the Paladin Order and the way they did things. And that's what led him into temptation of more power and his downfall. Also, World of Warcraft has been teasing us with the possibility of a new fire spec for Death Knights, and then not giving it to us. Oh shit. Ah! I got a little squish. I was trying very aggressively to get into this corner as fast as I could, so that I could have my back to the wall while shooting everybody else. It's a shame we never really got another RTS out of them. They probably never made Warcraft 4 because they just wanted to do all their stories in World of Warcraft instead. I think having another military campaign to do or just Warcraft, regular Warcraft style as a Warcraft 4 would have been pretty cool. Alright, I'll have to go explore the south part of the map. I don't have any new keys, but there'll be a bunch of stuff down there still, apparently. An important detail you didn't realize until you rewatched some cutscenes. Either Uther or Jaina actually knew the plague turned people into zombies, until Arthas dropped that bomb on them and immediately ordered them to kill a bunch of civilians. That's true. Arthas was definitely the first person who realized the zombie thing. And honestly, to some degree, he wasn't wrong about the calling of Stratholme. Although he was maybe a little overly asshole about it. Maybe called a few too many civilians. But that place did need cleansing. Oh my god. Noise time. It's one of those classic story things where the protagonist is seen as crazy because they're trying to deal with the situation. And in this case, he was a little crazy. But also, he could have... I don't remember, did he try to explain it to them, or did he just jump in and do his thing without explaining? I don't remember. I know they condemned what he was doing. But I'm not sure if they really understood the stakes at play. He was about to explain it just as he noticed the grain crates and went straight into this entire city must be purged. You think he could have spared, you know, 30 seconds or so to tell them why? I know you got a bit of a situation on your hands at that point, but then again, the story wouldn't have entirely worked if they'd understood properly, right? Like they wanted to have that friction. Although, I forget if you told me previously, Larson, how much official World of Warcraft did you get through? Did you ever see Shadowlands? Because we got to experience some stuff with Uther in the afterlife. Quit at the end of Mists. I've gone back for each expansion. I generally don't stay subscribed for very long at a time, but whenever a new expansion comes out, I pick it up and I resubscribe for usually maybe 3 or 4 months. Until I've done all the stuff. Short of raids, because I don't bother with those, but done all the story content outside of raids. And And then I quit until the next expansion comes out. I really like what they did with Demonology Warlocks. Oh god. Rather than just getting one demon that's stronger than normal, the Demonologist ends up with swarms of demons, although only your one summoned demon is permanent. But as you're casting spells, you're getting like little packs of imps, a couple Dreadstalkers. It's pretty fun how they do it. Your own attack spells are really only there to give you resources to summon more stuff temporarily. Destro Lock and Mists. I played a Destro Lock at some point. Actually, I think it was Shadowlands. And before that I had played an Affliction, which I'd found to be very, very good. Oh, if you quit after Mists, that means you missed Legion. Legion did a fun thing where you got these artifact weapons. And at first, they removed this after the expansion was over. But during when Legion was the current expansion, each artifact weapon had its own sort of skill tree on itself. So you can unlock extra stuff. It was like having another talent tree inside of your weapon, which was pretty cool. But yeah, like there was a lot of infamous weapons. I think actually even one of the Death Knight artifact weapons for the I think it was for the Frost spec. I think it was their artifact weapon was actually the broken shards of Frostmourne. Because by that point the Lich King had already been taken down, right? But every spec for every class. Hold on. Every spec for every class had its own artifact weapon. And sometimes they were things that were actually pretty famous from what we already know about. For example, the Enhancement Shaman, which is the melee spec for Shaman, their artifact weapon was the Doom Hammer. And of course, we got the infamous, the waifu that's a knife. The Knifeu came from that. I don't know if you ever heard about the Knifeu. But Shadow Priests, their artifact weapon was a cursed knife that would talk to them in their head with a sultry feminine voice. And it turns out that that knife was actually one of the old gods. And actually is a lady. And she has since then escaped the knife and is now the big bad of current expansions. She's gone from Knifeu to foot fetish lady. You saw Shadow Priest talking about their Knifeu? Yep. Well, if you've seen any of the recent trailers, the elf-looking lady with the dark eyes and the purple skin and the evil smirk, that's Knifeu. Knifeu lady form, aka Xalatath. aka somebody on the character design art team has a foot fetish. Just one of those bafflingly barefoot characters for no reason. I don't understand why there's so many lady wizards walking around wearing full robes but barefoot. I mean, I understand that in the sense that intellectually I understand that these people have a fetish, but it's just so illogical. Why would you wear clothing that covers you all the way down to your ankles but then go barefoot? It's weird. Ooh, hundo percento. You did see a screenshot of Lady Yedrin looking like she got stung by a bee? Well, she has actual lips now. Like she's a scrawny little waif most of the time in the games. And now they gave her some actual meat on her bones, and so she's not just practically a walking skeleton. Because Blood Elf females are just anorexic twigs in game. Yes. Looking like a waif, aka Blood Elf women. Exactly. Never really liked how scrawny they were, especially when they were supposed to be like badass warriors or paladins or something. The Adrin should have been beefier, you know? She should not have been a tiny waif. She's a paladin. She does melee combat. She should have muscles. So honestly, the screenshot of her you saw is what she should rightfully look like, really. But never has until now. So it was a little jarring, because it was so different from what she's actually like in the game. But it's just more realistic. Fantasy races should have different builds. I mean, I agree. But if you take a look at, say, for example, Lorthamar, however you pronounce his name, he looks like he probably should look. Like he's got some definition to him. Like, I agree that different fantasy races should have different builds in general on average. But a melee fighter should still have some meat on them. Like maybe the Blood Elf wizards. Blood Elf mage being a little twig. Sure. Makes sense. And even as a paladin, you know, I'm not asking Liadrin to look like Thrall, the war chief, popping muscles all over the place or anything, but something. Yeah, so imagine if we started applying that standard to gnomes. Yeah. I'm kind of torn on the gnome thing. Because, on the one hand, I'm all in favor of giving players more options. And that means including giving them the option of playing what class race combination they want to play. But I feel like gnome warriors is a bit silly. A gnome being a badass melee DPS, a gnome being, well, maybe as a rogue, but you know, a gnome being a monk, a gnome being a warrior. No, I don't like it. It's too silly. Which is kind of Gnome's thing, but still. I don't know. I simultaneously think they should be able to and don't think they should be able to. And I can't decide which one I truly feel. Sometimes you should tell your players to sit down and eat their vegetables. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about taking away options? In some cases, even though they want them? You get the same thing in Final Fantasy XIV, though, too, of course. With the Lalafels. The fact that Lalafels can play tanks is ridiculous. But on the other hand, I was once in a dungeon run, and our team's tank, because I was just doing like the random duty finder thing, like where the game matches you up with other people to form a party to do the dungeon. So you end up with random people. But our tank was a tiny little Lalafell warrior, which means she's a berserker type class with a two-handed axe. But the player had made her character, like, given her white hair tied up in a bun, like she was a tiny little angry grandma, super small angry grandma with an axe, and that was kind of hilarious. Back when you played Terra, you played an Elan Lancer. Oh yeah, the tiny girl tank with a lance like 5 times her own size. Yeah. They were cute as hell. And if I remember my Terra lore, weren't they the female version of a Fae race whose male version was like anthropomorphic dogs and raccoons? So you have little girls mating with animals, essentially. But of course, you know, they're fake creatures, not actual humans. But it was a little weird. It was a bit weird. But yeah, I don't know. I'm torn on the tiny little tanks thing. It's funny, but I can't take it seriously. Can I get through up there? Oh, I'm going to try that out. Translation left that part out. Well, I don't think the game ever said those things. But there was another race you could play where you were like, you know, fuzzy little anthro dogs and raccoons. And there was some text in the game, if you looked for it, like if you looked for the descriptions of the races, even though it was treated as a different race from the Elan, like they had a different name, but the flavor text described them as being the male equivalent to the Elan. But at least it wasn't, oh god, what was that other game? I forget what it was called. There was a Korean MMO. One of the earlier ones. That was grindy as fuck. It was awful. But I remember in that game, if you played dwarves, if you played a male dwarf, you were the stereotypical muscle-bound walking barrel. Borderline old man looking. But if you played a female dwarf, you were basically a lowly. Looked like a human little girl. Ugh. Awful. So creepy. Like it looked like grandma and grandfather and granddaughter kind of a setup. It was so creepy. They had cool looking orcs in that game. It's too bad the gameplay was so bad. I don't remember what it was called, or I would advise you what game to be avoiding. But it's old now anyway, so it's probably not really... Oh god. It's probably not really a valid concern anymore. God, why is that gun so loud? I mean, it's an intense gun, but still, jeez. Invulnerability. Also, noir node. Node? Mode. Mode is the word I wanted. Might as well save a little ammo, right? Where are these guys hanging from? Just dangling from the skybox. Okay, we've got a blue key now. Where do we use that? Over there. Okay. Can we get back through here? Because it was locked off before. Oh, hello. Hello, lads. Have you heard the good word? The word is boomstick. Okay, yeah, we can get back. Okay. Huh. Map says there's a little thing here, but I don't know how to get into it. Oh well. One thing I never really understood about a lot of WoW players, though, is why so many people were hating on the gnomes. Like, they're just being cute little sillies. Like, what's... Like, yeah, I feel weird about them being tanks and warriors, but I don't hate them. I loves me some gnomes. Actually, I don't know if they're still doing this, but I remember at one point you could type in like a slash, I think it was slash joke or slash silly, or slash flirt, and your character would say a little line, there was like at least 10 jokes and 10 flirts for each character, each race and gender combination. I remember the gnome girls had some of the best flirts because they were just such silly, dorky little, like, kind of flirting that only works with like engineers and scientists, you know. They were great. Huh. Okay. Over and around. Although Draenei had some great ones too. I remember one of the Draenei flirts was something along the lines of the female Draenei would be like, it's like she was dictating a personals ad where she was looking for a big strong blacksmith to take care of her and her beautiful hooves. And I was like, yeah, girl, I want to date a Greek space goat. Hell yeah. You removed one of the flirt lines for them? Do gnomes have a vibrate setting? Oh, just curious. It's too bad they removed that. That's a really good flirt. I can see how it's a bit spicier than they normally go for, but I still think that's a pretty good one. Can you imagine a male Draenei hooking up with a female gnome? Just the sheer size contrast. Then again, I once saw a goblin NPC, a goblin girl NPC flirting with a male Tauren, and I was just like, girl, you are brave. One might even say, hachi machi. Let's try looking this way. The female undead. Yes, they're real. They're not mine, but they're real. Oh, gross. So gross. I don't know how anybody can get down for smooching up with a girl who's got bones sticking out of her limbs, you know? If you repeatedly click on Kel'Thuzad in Warcraft 3, he says, ladies love rigor mortis. Oh, gross. I remember in Warcraft 2, when I accidentally discovered that clicking on things multiple times would get you silly lines. I didn't even know it was a thing. But I ended up selecting the same unit multiple times accidentally, until finally he yelled at me and made me jump. It's like, what? Quit poking me! Wait, what? Why did a door just open? Nah. Alright, it's time to play the Where the Hell Do I Go Now game. So I need to get in here, but I don't have the yellow card yet. I don't have the red card yet. And I've already been through... Oh, wait, there's... Oh. Here. Okay, hold on. So if I go... Meow... Meow... Alright, hang a sharp left. I don't think I've been down here yet. Okay, there we go. There's our yellow. Which was here. Ow. I had tried to start 69 darkness, but his machine picked up. Oh man. Nobody knows what Star 69 is anymore these days. They probably think it was a sex joke. For those of you who don't know, back before we had call display, you could type in *69 on your phone, and it would tell you the last phone number that called you. The hell? Well, that room is pointless. But I've got the red key card now, so we can go this way. Oh, game, you troll. Who's crucified these strong boys? Oh, is this gonna be the big rocket guy? Is this Cyber Demon time? You know, I have a feeling maybe it is. Would you like to give me some rockets, game? Rocket match. Pro tip, when you're fighting a guy with a rocket launcher, don't have a wall close behind you. Unless you like taking area of effect damage. Yeah, got him. All right. The hideous Cyber Demon Lord has been slain. Deimos floats above hell itself. You've never heard of anybody escaping from hell. But you'll make the bastards sorry they ever heard of you. This is so 90s. Alright, we'll do the next chapter next time. Let's leave it here.